If you have been holding back from sharing your gifts with the world, then this is a message that you will definitely want to hear. There are many reasons why we might hold ourselves back when it comes to putting ourselves out there and doing what we would really like to do, including the fear of failure, the fear of judgment and criticism, or just a belief that we are wasting our time when so many others seem to be doing it so much better than we think we ever could. The problem here, of course, is that this can create a serious conflict within us, especially when we know that we have gifts and talents that we are dying to share, but that we would rather stay safe and comfortable by not making the effort. Shame is perhaps one of the most painful emotions that we can experience, so it's only natural that we would want to try to avoid it at all costs. However, with a little shift in our thinking, we can realize that making the attempt to do what we feel called to do is nothing to be ashamed of, but rather is really something to be celebrated. For starters, always remember that what you have to share is more than just about you. It is about all the people you will serve and whose lives you will touch just by being you. That means it doesn't matter if you think that you aren't the most intelligent or well-spoken person, or that you don't look great on camera. All of those things are superficial and ultimately don't matter if you are sincere and giving it all that you've got. Because in spite of what anyone may have told you, your uniqueness is actually your greatest strength. It is what makes you stand out from everyone else, and it is where your real appeal lies. Whether you make art or music or YouTube videos, no one will ever be able to replicate your authentic expression and unique perspective. You will not be everyone's cup of tea, but it is honestly impossible and unrealistic to imagine that you or anyone ever could be anyway. Even for your favorite artists, creators, and influencers, there will always be those that don't resonate with what they are bringing to the table, or that don't even know that they exist. But for all you know, those same people may discover your own work and absolutely love it. If you give yourself a chance, you may create something that really speaks to someone or that deeply moves them, and then for all you know, they may go out and be inspired to take some bold action that changes the world even further. We live in an incredibly interconnected universe, and although you will never really know what effect your efforts will have, it's safe to assume that your influence has the power to radiate outward and to create a vast number of other positive changes that you may never even become aware of. Now, I want to speak for a moment about the concept of unworthiness. Unworthiness is basically just a belief that what you have to offer is somehow less valuable than the contributions of others, which could never actually be objectively proven to begin with. Just because someone has millions of fans or followers and is making a ton of money doesn't mean that what you have to offer is worthless and that you shouldn't even bother. Remember that everyone has had to start somewhere. Even all of your favorite artists and creators that have risen to the heights of fame and fortune, they could have easily given up in the beginning because they saw other accomplished people who were already doing what it was that they wanted to do. But aren't you so glad that they didn't let that stop them? Now, it's not that you're really in competition with anyone else or that you have to aspire to be as wealthy and famous as they are, but the point is that you can achieve and perhaps even surpass your own personal definition of success when you give yourself permission to fly, and that is something that no one else can ever do for you. One thing that I hope you'll keep with you is to dream big, but to start small, because it is the small, consistent, daily efforts that really make the biggest difference over the long term. And when you apply your intelligence and awareness, you can really start to figure out what is working for you and what isn't. It is all part of the journey, and thus it is all useful, especially all the so-called failures. Often it is all those things that don't quite work out the way that we had in mind that teach us the most about how to improve and to shift our focus back to all those things that actually are the most impactful and effective. So that all being said, I hope you will now think twice about putting yourself back on the shelf and continuing to play small because you feel unworthy of all that you want out of life. You will truly be doing more good for the world by taking a chance on what you really want to do, instead of fitting yourself into one of society's many boxes just in order to get by without making any real waves. The only way that you can know for sure what will happen is just by getting started and seeing where it all leads. When you are committed to living from a place of greater purpose and passion, Amazing new possibilities will start to unfold that can only be unlocked by taking the bold initiative to do something different with your life. So that's going to be it for this one, but please do give this video a like if you have found this helpful, and be sure to subscribe to this channel for more content like this related to personal growth and empowerment and key insights for transcending the fears and limitations that hold you back from achieving greater things. I also do one-on-one work with people who are serious about taking their lives to the next level. So if you are interested in learning more about what I have to offer, please be sure to click the link in the description of this video.